no, 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 no. I, yes, I did say I would use that song for an intro, but I was just kidding. I can't play that song on YouTube. Why? First of all, copyright infringement, and the lyrics of that song will probably get me kicked off YouTube. Sorry. Sorry, folks. Production team. Okay, let's work on another song. Until then, let's let it rip. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to the first edition of the new year. Actually, this is episode 37, I think. 21. Yeah, episode 37 of Wrestling Gold Friday Night, but the first episode of the new year. So happy new year, everybody. Appreciate you folks tuning in. Uh, wow. Let's see. Yeah, as you've seen, uh, fan bell salute to Sweet Daddy Siki and Jimmy Carter, excuse me, former President Jimmy Carter. Talked about them both last night on Spot Show live stream, but quick reference, Sweet Daddy Siki, pretty much was like they say that he was, the Jackie Robinson of professional wrestling, broke a lot of color barriers. Um, and went on to be a trainer. He actually trained Edge, Adam Copeland, or the Rated R superstar Cope, and Christian Cage. Let's see. He also, see what that's about it. And as far as Jimmy Carter, his mom was a big time wrestling fan, and her favorite wrestler was Jimmy Carter. And I went through the whole story of you know, what's been told at least of the whole Miss Wrestling 2 went to the inauguration because she was going to be a guest of Jimmy Carter's mother, and they wouldn't let him in because he wouldn't take the mask off. So yeah, like I said, first one in the new year. Hopefully everybody had a great New Year, great Christmas, and Santa Claus was good. Everybody, Santa Claus was okay to me. Brought me like one extra piece of coal this year, so I think I can do better. Hopefully, maybe next year he'll bring me two extra pieces of coal. Um, but anyway, hopefully everybody has a safe New Year as well. Let's see what else can we talk about. Yes, this is Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where we talking about the good old days of professional wrestling, where wrestling was wrestling and wrestling was real. Damn it, none of that fake bullshit Vince McMahon shoved down on throats. I actually did watch the Black Friday or Black Saturday episode of Dark Side of the Ring. pretty informative. They actually Anderson's son kind of spoke for Ole Anderson because I think they filmed it before he passed away. Uh, so he wasn't in the best of health anyway. So uh, his son Bryant, I believe, spoke for him. So um, and all that good stuff. So yeah, very good episode. Probably one of the better ones of Dark Side of the Ring. One of those catchy moments or anything like that. But pretty much talk about uh, how big of an event that was, where Vince McMahon did for a small time. I think at least a year. He controlled the WTBS time slot on 17. They used to be Georgia Championship Wrestling for years and years. Um, uh, but yeah, got the Jerry Briscoe's version, and what it was, it's all about money sometimes. So check it out. I do highly recommend that. But so let's go ahead and do the usual thing here. If you're watching this live, hey, join me in the chat. Uh, if anything jars a memory, hey, talk about it in the chat. Ask a question. Um, or talk about anything in a chat, or just simply say hello, and I'll say hello right back. See, like joking here, he said howdy, howdy partner. Don't have a Stetson. Well, I don't have a cowboy hat. Not a cowboy, so don't have a cowboy hat. Plus, I got too big of a melon head. The cowboy hats don't look right on me. Because I always one of those. Okay, I don't mean to digress here, but um, I've been watching Night Court lately. And if you was ever a fan of those shows, Judge Stone, would wear, I forgot what you call those hats, but I always loved those hats. And I seen one in the store one time. I was going to buy it, tried it on. I'm like, oh my god, I got too much big of a melon head. This makes me look goofier than what I already am. But anyway, so yeah, you can join me in the chat. Hey, if you're not watching this live, hit me up in the comments with anything. Enjoy hearing some feedback from the peoples. Um, Also, let me. What else? Oh yeah, if you like it, entertained by it, like to hear me babble on here, click that thumbs up button. Lets me know you like it. And hey, if you're not a subscriber yet, click on that subscribe button. But before I really get started here, let's go ahead and say cheers to all those folks who worked hard all year to have a good Christmas and a good uh, New Year. All those men and women who worked hard, make sure their kids did get a good Christmas, did get a good Santa Claus, um, or whatever they prefer to do. Uh, Not to digress too much on that, but cheers to all those folks, and let's cheers and have a good year, and uh, hopefully everything comes out the way you want. Hopefully, all you people who made New Year's resolutions, hope you achieve your goals. Hey, why not? Cheers to myself, because hopefully I achieve my goals. So, cheers. I sound like a Yankee, not around Yankee folk. uh, um, nah, this is uh pure cornbread. Uh, Gosh, I used to, cause I used to have a Jewish girlfriend, and I was around. They're really nice people once they got to know me. uh, or they were nice people. Some people are stuck in their ways, but hey, you know, like anything else, once they see you as an individual, they forget whatever their pre-consumed opinions could have been. So, But yeah, they did sound like a typical Long Island Jewish people. It's like, I want to go to Bloomingdale's. Let's go to Blooming's. How do you think those Mets are gonna do this year? See, I don't sound nothing like that. This is pure cornbread, which I did not get. I actually tried. Okay, I don't mean to digress anymore, but I know y'all want to talk about the wrestling. But I know I tried it once when I was a little kid. Didn't like it, but I went to my younger sister's house for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day dinner, um, and watched the Texas Arizona State game. And she got me and my brother to to try greens, collard greens, and oh no, I yeah, nope. Trust me, you know, everybody, trust me. If I get around northern people, they will tell you that, oh my god, you're. I think that's how I won her over though. She dig my southern accent. See, I turn it up. I turn it up a little bit. But anyway, you know what? It could be that community college I went to. I might have, but I don't know. I've had a few people on my in the comments, especially when I first started, talk about it. Ask me, it's like, but yeah, I tried. Sorry about that. Let me get back to collard greens. Try collard greens again. I'm telling you, folks. I guess I'm just not southern enough. That shit's fucking nasty. I just now I can like spinach if I'm cooking it with. There's a chicken recipe, like a stuffed chicken thing that you uh, fix with spinach, and there's another chicken recipe. I forgot what it's called, but you put spinach and everything. But you got like a sauce you make with it. And, I don't want to say gravy, but um, but sauce you got, you kind of gets baked with it, stuff like that, and it's fine. And sometimes, like if I go to like a Publix, especially a Subway. Now I don't like Subway, but sometimes I just gotta have a sandwich. I love my sub sandwiches, but if I because Subway's the worst about this. Sometimes you go in Subway, and it could be freaking, dinner time, and their lettuce looks freaking 4 days old. So I'll substitute spinach for lettuce because it's about the same. But spinach by itself, no. But collard greens, definitely beans. I don't like beans. I'm allergic. Um, one things I just two things I really would not eat. The raw tomatoes and beans. I don't care. They had, she served up black eyed peas. It's like uh, beans. Nope. Not for this. But she had rolls instead of cornbread. So if there's one thing I can't complain about. Nobody made no cornbread and just rolls. But yeah, like when I first started doing this thing, there's a couple people who went in my comments like, like, yeah, you got a pretty thick accent. Are you from Kentucky? Uh, Said, no, I'm from Georgia. Home of the Bulldogs. Home of the Falcons. And see, folks, that's not Yankee beer there. It's not 40-40 beer here. There's sometimes I've uh, drank 40-40 beer, but spinach is nowhere in the ballpark of green beans. Yeah, no, no green beans, no tomatoes. Nah, I've always no beans. No tomato. This meat and potatoes. Meat and taters. There we go. I did. I did say. Like I said, I used to date a Yankee, but uh, no, uh, not girls I dated lately. Be surprised I don't have a Jamaican accent or an island accent. Come on, man. What you doing? That you feeling cheeky or something? Chaw. It's cooler outside, which is Jamaican for it's fucking cold outside. Anyway, enough about my accent. Nobody wants to sit here. You're not paying to hear me talk about my accent. You're paid to hear talk about wrestling. Let's talk about wrestling. And what we always do, let's get the notes up here. Look, let's act like we know what we're doing here. Let's see. Yeah, no. Now I'll make a homemade salsa with fresh tomatoes. No bean, no, I don't. Green beans, yellow beans, butter beans, uh, pinto beans, uh, baked beans, refried beans. Uh, this, ugh. Yeah. I mean, put it to you this way: there's two ways to cook meat. It is grilled or fried. Okay, sometimes baked, but just depends. Um, and see, beans and chili. I can't do beans and chili. That's nasty. And see, that's how I'm Southern. Is that I know that beans do not belong in chili. Anybody else watching this, put it in the chat. If you know good Texas or Southern chili, you know beans do not belong in chili. That's some Crystal's bullshit, which is from here. That's some Yankee bullshit. But but yes, help me out. Anybody else watching this? Educate these other people in chat. Beans do not belong in chili. It's like breasts without nipples, man. Just ain't right. All right, let's get talking about wrestling and not my accent. We talk about my accent. About take two. We can talk about my accent later. See, I just turned it up a little bit. But I mean, it could have been. It could have been that community college. That kind of helped me out a little bit. Could be. Could be. Good old Lanier Technical College, which is good. If hey, I'm not knocking it. I enjoyed my time. Loved all my teachers. They were cool as shit. My advisor, uh, uh, what was his name? Siskel. I think that's his last name. Cool as shit, dude. Gosh, what's the other teacher's name? I had her like for 2 semesters. She was cool. Oh, she was cool as a fan. So yes, wrestling. Let's talk about wrestling. This is how we start every Wrestling Goals Friday night. We talk about the history of professional wrestling, and of course, this is January 3rd, and we're gonna talk about everything that happened on January 3rd. And here we go. Let's do this. All right, on this date in 1970, Andre the Giant makes his Japanese wrestling debut under the name Monster Rosamoff. I hope I didn't fuck that up too bad. See, that tells you I'm Southern because I can't pronounce words like that in Japanese words. Some Mexican. Uh, anyway, he debuted for the IWF group, International Wrestling Federation. do believe this is the same promotion Antonio Inoki wrestled for before he decided to leave. Please correct me in the chat or the comments later. Um, but I think this is where Antonio Inoki, I think Giant Baba also wrestled there too before they both started their own companies. Also on this date in 1970, Nick Botwinkle defeated Joe Scarpa for the Georgia Television title. This was live in the WOXI studios. I believe this. Gosh, I need to research this too. Was this Channel 11 or Channel 7? 1970, probably Channel 17. Anyway, defeating him for the Georgia title. If you don't really recognize the name, recognize the face, he would wrestle later on and get great fame as Chief Jay Strongbow. Uh, on this day in 1977 in Memphis, Tennessee, at the Mid South Coliseum, drawing 11,200 people. Mike Stark defeated Don Bass, very young Don Bass there. Tommy Gilbert defeated Dr. Frank. Bill Dundee defeated Buddy Diamond. Dutch Mantel, bad motherfucker, and Dr. D. David Schultz defeated Danny Littlebear and Chief Thundercloud to win the Southern Tag titles. Pork Chop Cash defeated Southern Champion Rocky Johnson by disqualification. And the Mongolian Stomper defeated Jerry Lawler by disqualification. On this date, 1978, Randy Savage wins the Mid American title from Don Kent, this is the reason I want to show some big time wrestling because I think he wrestles a couple times in this episode, so I see his name pop up a lot of times. So, going to, I think he wrestles here. So, obviously, he was kind of an over guy. So, I'm going to check it out, see how it is. All right. On this day in 1980, handsome Jimmy Valiant defeated Jackie Fargo to win the Southern Heavyweight title in Lexington, Kentucky at the Rump Arena. On this day in 1981, Ron Fuller, who previously was a heel, returns to Southeastern Championship Wrestling, which he owned, television as a babyface, and announces he will wrestle under a mask as the Tennessee Stud. Uh, I should see if I can pull that video up. That would have been kind of interesting. Um, yeah, some of that older stuff like that because they didn't keep, you know, because tapes were expensive, so they would reuse tapes. A lot of the stuff is lost, but anyway, on this date in 1988, Moondog Spot defeated Dr. Tom Pritchard for the Alabama title in Montgomery, Alabama at the Coliseum. Of course, Dr. Tom Pritchard became a Heavenly Body, Dr. Desire Tom Pritchard, and Zip of the Body Dominance. Now he trains wrestlers up in Kentucky, I believe. Uh, has a wrestling school with Glenn Jacobs, which I imagine he's probably too busy being like a mayor and stuff of the town. So pretty sure Richard does most of the training with. I'm pretty sure he's got other trainers with him, but pretty good talent, dude. I mean, I would say go back and watch some Continental, especially that feud with him and Dirty White Boy and Continental. Uh, great feud there. Great little rivalry. Rivalry. All right, on this date in 1989. See, this should be proof that it's not what you know, it's who you know, and sometimes it's who you know who knows other people and get you a pretty decent job here. On this date in 1989, Jim Herd is brought in as executive vice president of WCW and begins taking control of the WCW business and management. Also, I guess he had a hand in creative. He brought you great things like the Ding Dongs. Had an idea for a Hunchback. Uh, and the story. Okay, this is from Ollie's book and his shooter review, Ollie Anderson. The story was he wrote down a card for the Omni, and you know, for the people he had under contract, whatever. Jim Hurd looked at it and it's like, this card looks like it sucks. It's like, let's see what we got there, boss. Um, so he wrote out another card, and just for shits and giggles, because it's Ole fucking Anderson, um, he wrote down Sting versus Black Scorpion. He ain't have no Black Scorpion. But he sit there and wrote it. Jim Hurd looked at it. It's like, there you go. Now you're learning. It's like, we don't have a fucking Black Scorpion. So that whole angle right there, I think I discussed that a few months ago on Wrestling Gold Friday night, or it might have been Spot Show. Might have been Spot Show because we was talking about the whole devil thing, which was a total letdown, like the whole Black Scorpion. But yes, that right there started the angle of the Black Scorpion. It's like, what's the like I said, if you want to know, hear more Jim Hurd stories, watch the Ole Anderson shooting review, probably maybe read his book, good book. Um, Jim Cornette, obviously, Ric Flair, because he wanted Ric Flair, which Ric Flair did cut his hair, but he wanted him to wear an earring and call himself Spartacus in 1989. Ric Flair, who's been Nature Boy forever, uh, at this point, you know, even in 1989, it's felt like forever. But yeah, I think his backstory is he actually worked at the TV station that had, I think he worked for the Dumont Company, which is, I think, Kansas City or something like that. I almost slipped up there and said he probably worked for Big No. But anyway, I guess he helped produce or whatever. Didn't have no creative control, but at the time he was managing a Pizza Hut. It's like, God dang. I don't think I can be as bad as that. If all the rest, well, like Ding Dong, I'm sorry. Um, I was, let's see, 14 at the time, and even as a kid, I mean, even if I was younger, I knew if they came out, I'd be like, because I remember watching that Clash of Champions where they debuted, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Of course, I didn't say fuck because parents spanked back in those days. We couldn't say fuck, shit, hell, whatever. Ass. Couldn't you say ass? Uh, Back in those days, we'll get what people call a whooping back. Not child abuse, a whooping. Um, didn't bruise me. Maybe was red for a few minutes. It hurt a little bit, but it didn't leave a scar. Didn't leave no bruises. This really taught me right from wrong. So anyway, uh, don't get me on that rant. But anyway, yeah. So I never worked for a TV station. Just hire me on. This guy was hired back in 1989. Somebody's got to be stupid to hire me on now, right? Anyway, I won't come up with anything stupid. This guy, Dean Dawes and Hunchback, and you know, telling a legend to cut his hair and call himself Spartacus. Anyway, I digress. All right, and this day in 1990, the WWF presented WWF Saturday Night's main event. This was episode 25 in Chattanooga, Tennessee, at the UTC Arena. It was actually shown on 1/27/1990, drawing a 11.1 rating. Randy Savage defeated Jim Duggan, Hulk Hogan, and the Ultimate Warrior defeated Mr. Perfect and the Genius, Lanny Poffo. And Jake Roberts defeated Greg Valentine by disqualification. Um, Not too many. I know this was kind of helped set up the WrestleMania 6 uh, match between Warrior. I mean, they kept them both babyface. Uh, I remember correctly, they kind of just one up, one up each other, kind of just doing slams and stuff like that. This basically tossed Kurt Hennig and Mr. or the Genius around, who was Lanny Poffo. Of course, Lanny Poffo, I think, ate the end of that match. Uh, but that's all that was. And because uh, what set up the whole WrestleMania 6 was, I'm trying to remember correctly, they were both in the Royal Rumble, had a little face off. Crowd was into it, of course. Of course, I mean they had a vision where they was want to go to WrestleMania 6, but this was just definitely the testing ground. Had a little, because it's a Royal Rumble, every man for themselves, right? Um, but they, did the shoulder blocks and stuff like that, like a prelude to their match at WrestleMania 6. So, Warrior didn't turn on Hulk, Hulk didn't turn on Warrior, anything like that, but they kept them both babyface, which was a thought was a pretty good idea. Because by that point, if Warrior turned heel on Hogan, you could have seen it like a mile away. But uh, the interesting thing is, especially at this point, even at this point, the WWF was always a babyface territory. Hence, uh, okay, you had Bruno Sammartino, who was a babyface for so many years. Even though he got defeated by Ivan Koloff, he was pretty much the transitional champion. And I think Pedro Morales, babyface, became a champion. And who defeated Pedro Morales? Was it John or Stan Stasiak or somebody else? I'm drawing a blank here. Um, but anyway, yeah. So anyway, Bruno got it back until he lost it to Superstar Billy Graham, who held it for a while. Then dropped it to Bob Backlund, who held it for a long time because Bob Backlund was a babyface. Probably not the most over babyface from what I've heard, but uh, did good enough to hold it. Then you had the Iron Sheik, who defeated Bob Backlund. Then, of course, you had Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan kept it for uh, till WrestleMania 4. Yeah, WrestleMania 4. Then they turned Randy Savage babyface, so Randy Savage won that tournament. Turned Randy Savage heel. Hulk Hogan won it back. I guess Hulk Hogan was going to make another movie or something like that, or wanted to take some time off for whatever reasons, and that's why he dropped it to another babyface, Ultimate Warrior. But yeah, not digressing too much, but WWF was always a babyface champion territory, wherein most of your territories, especially NWA, it was a heel territory. Heat, 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 heat. Because it, uh, like um, George Funk Jr. I think George Funk Jr. when he went to other territories would heel it up. Ric Flair was a heel. Uh, Harley Race was a heel. Uh, even though he looked like he got a pretty good pop when he did beat. Okay, so yeah, I was right. He did lose the title to Stan Stasiak. Stan the Man Stasiak. His son didn't turn out too well, but I heard he was always pretty good. Anyway, uh, yeah, like I said, so you kind of get the point. There was always a babyface territory. Sometimes I just, especially when I talk about old school wrestling, I just go off and shit. And finally, on this date in 1996 in Memphis, Tennessee, at the Mid South Coliseum, of course, Doug Gilbert won a Royal Rumble in Memphis to win an entry to the WWF Royal Rumble, which he competed in. Now, 1996, I'm trying to think here. I think there were like a little bit of rumors. This is when the internet was, you had AOL, that dial up bullshit. Um, yeah, lesser known as Stan. Yeah. Um, yeah, they call us Sean Stasiak meet, and then Sean Stasiak and WCW didn't do much better. Then he was just a goof when he came back to WWF during that whole when WWE bought WCW. But anyway, back to Doug Gilbert. Doug Gilbert, of course, was the brother of, or is the, or was the brother that Eddie Gilbert's no longer around. But he was a brother of Eddie Gilbert, a legit brother of Eddie Gilbert. Wasn't that good when he first started, of course, but the dude did get better, and I think there was a little. I don't know if it's. I can't really say if it's internet rumors. I think at that time, I think we did start reading New Wave magazine and trying to figure out where this rumor started. But supposedly they were actually the WWF was actually thinking about bringing in Doug Gilbert as a full time performer. Um, 96. That I don't know. I think Jerry Lawler was already still there, and I think this is before. Might have been before Doug Gilbert went on TV and talked about Jerry Lawler, like in, let's just say younger females. Uh, who is that Nimrod? Uh, gosh, can't think of his name. Who's that doofus? Damn it. No, can't just say Memphis doofus. What was his name? Yeah. Corey Macklin. Not him, not that doofus. Who's that? Uh, what's it? I can't. Randy Hale. Randy Hale. Thank you, Joe. Randy Hale. He talking about Randy Hale smoking crack in the booth or something like that. Yeah, I think it was like a little bit before that. Yeah, a little bit before that, where Doug Gilbert made his WWE or WWF uh, premiere, but they wound up not having bringing him in full time. I don't know if it was because I actually did watch the interview. It was pretty good, but yeah, they ain't got mentioned. But yeah, Randy Hill. Good God, what a doofus! I mean, okay, if there's kids watching, earmuffs. All right, you got your kids earmuffs on. Close your ears. Adults only. It's an adult conversation. Yes, that promo was hilarious. I mean, Tom Rich was like, just looking around. He didn't look nervous at all. He's like, fuck it, go with it, kid. Um, but if you ever see Randy Hales, okay, again, adults, this is adult time. If you got kids watching this, earmuffs on the kids. All right. You see Randy Hales and hear him talking and everything. That's why brothers and sisters should not fuck, because it will produce a Randy Hale. Um, yeah. Uh, yes, I think he probably, I don't think Randy Hill's family branch probably didn't have any branches. Family tree didn't have too many branches. or he lived a little close to power lines, or he did a lot of crack before. I mean, even when he was way young, he smoked a lot of crack. He just sounded like just a complete doofus. Um, I actually watched this interview also, just for the hell. I mean, I thought, okay, let me just watch it, get some Memphis stuff. Um, but he was kind of just pretty much a shill. I mean, oh, I might get in trouble for those lines. But yeah, Randy Hill was a crappy announcer, a crappy wherever he was there. I don't know. He could have been just an idiot savant. Uh, I did try it because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I don't think I don't like this, but I flipped it on there. I don't own it. I think I seen it on YouTube or something like that. I mean, right now there was somebody who was putting out shooting reviews on YouTube. I guess he owned them and put it out there, but um, put like different titles. Didn't wouldn't say it was like the Honky Tonk Man was like he gave it a weird title like the man who likes to honky tonk, not the Honky Tonk Man. Ooh, see, I didn't. I actually tried to watch. What was it? Uh, it was that one dude. Okay, do you ever watch the Dutch Mantel? Bad motherfucker. Um, podcast and that English guy. I think he did a shooting review with Enzo, and I just couldn't stand it. It was like, damn, this dude's annoying. But yeah, Randy Hills. Yeah, Cody had a lot. Okay. Oh yeah. By the way, kids, you can remove the earmuffs. I think I'll quit saying anything vulgar about some people. Because that was a little risky. Uh, Tone family tree didn't have no branches. But yeah, yeah, I do remember that time there was somebody. Like I said, this was years ago. Somebody put a bunch of the, especially the RF shooting reviews and stuff like that. Put them on YouTube, but like I said, he'll have like instead of Stan Hansen, he'll say the Lariat, or instead of the Honky Tonk Man, titled it the Man Who Likes to Honky Tonk, or something, stuff like that. But I think somebody did rat him out, and he had to eliminate him. But I think right now, I think if you're looking for some shooting reviews on YouTube, uh, I can't think of the guy's name. The guy who is kind of the host of the uh, story time, I think, with Dutch Mantel, bad motherfucker. Of course, you don't include the bad motherfucker. Uh, but anyway, yeah, uh, Dutch Mantel, the guy who I can't think of his name. It's like Chris something. Dude's from England. He actually does a pretty good job. I think. I think he does. I think he does a better job than um, Conrad Thompson. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Conrad is pretty good, but I think I don't know, something about him is a tad bit better. I, don't know, I think it's just I don't know. Yeah. Well, I guess well, see, YouTube or High Spot, excuse me. High Spots are they got their own YouTube channel, and High Spots put their own stuff out. But yeah, High Spots, uh, tilematch.com or tilematch whatever page. Um, I think they got agreement with Um, I think they got agreement with. That, oh, sorry about that. Got to turn the phone off. But yeah, I think even Cannibal, whatever his name is, Blood Hunter. I think he has like a little agreement with or our video as well. They put some of the other their stuff, but he still does his own and has some other guy does it. Thank goodness. Um, but uh, but yeah, I think Title Match has an agreement with RF Video as well to release some of the RF Video shooting reviews on YouTube. So that's how you get some of your classic shooting reviews, classic stuff. Yes, if you go on Title Match, I highly recommend Bill Watts, and I think Jim Cornette's is on there too on Title Match. High Spots, Buddy Landell was good. What else was really good? I think. Can't think of it. Can't think of it. Can't think of it. Shit. Um, I know. It's too much. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, if you're looking for shooting reviews on YouTube, check those out. Uh, yeah, go. I think High Spot's got their own channel. They also have their own streaming channel. I think it's High Spots TV or something like that. I think it's like yeah, how much it was. Have a, but, Austin Idol. That was a good one. Uh, yes, Austin Idol's pretty good. He tells a story of how he literally won a battle. He won a battle royal, got the check from the promoter, put it in his tights, left the arena with it, discovered he had the check still on him, with the digits, with it signed, took it to the bank, cashed it. Which, of course, if you didn't know, if it's a $5,000 battle royal, it got like a fake check or something like that, and they gave the check back and it was ripped up. You know, the promoter would rip it up right there. But didn't happen this time. Uh, took it to a bank, and of course, this was like late '70s, early '80s, I think. Pretty, definitely got away with it. The See, I never watched the Brickhouse Brown series. I did watch the shooting review. His shooting review was pretty good. Uh, and I think they had what's that? I think they had Chick Donovan's too. Chick Donovan's was okay. Um, ah, Mark Lewin. I think they have Mark Lewin's on there too. It's a little bit of slow burn, but pretty interesting stuff. Same mistake. But speaking of Mark Lewin, I'm not sure if he's on this episode, but it is time for our little watch along here. Of course, this will be, like I said, this will be Detroit Big Time Wrestling from 1976. Let me go ahead and grab the link here for those of you who probably don't have the video yet. Here's the link. Yeah, I think I got the sheet too. Anyway, here's the link for Big Time Wrestling 1976. Go ahead and thank Nostalgic Dave Dynasty Wrestling and 4 for this. Oh yeah, they had it like the three part the 3 part Ric Flair interview. Yeah, 'cause I think he won a lot of money for it, and I think Einstein was like, "As much I wanted." He actually would do one with Ralph Einstein later on. Right. So yeah, if anybody don't have the video yet, there's a link to it. Whenever you're ready, I will start. Get on my little. Gotta put this to the side so I can hear it. All right, whenever y'all ready, I'll do the countdown to press play. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now. So I can honestly tell you, I do not know much about Don Red Cloud, but uh, I do know a few things about the Sheik. I know he was the uncle of Sabu. Um, had some wild brawls. He's another one of those hardcore wrestlers. And speaking of Mark Lewin, there he is. And of course, I believe Sheik owned Detroit Big Time Wrestling at the time. Owned it, booked it, all that good shit. But he was one that he would bring snakes to the ring, and threw fire at people, and would take the fork and fork people or use foreign objects. And I don't think he ever did a moonsault on a table though. I could be wrong about that. And of course, I mentioned Chief Johnny J. Strongbow right here, who apparently was a mentor to uh, John Red Cloud. They might make short work of the young Mr. Red Cloud. Well, I guess not. There he is. You got locked in now. They done. He said he conceded. He said, "I give. Get this crazy fucker off me." I do not think that's Chief Jay Strongbow, commentary man. That was Mark Lewin. Yeah, of course, that belt is the Detroit version of the United States Championship, I do believe. And they were traded a few times, Mark Lewin and the Sheik. I'm not sure this. I'm guessing this is not an outdoor show, but I really don't know the reason why the play-by-play announcer is wearing sunglasses, unless it's like part of his, subscription or something like that. But I don't think they had the like the interchanging glasses back in 76. I could be wrong. And of course, this before he came to Purple Haze and Mania. I don't know, some territories. I think 4 years after this, 3 or 4 years after this, he'll come into Georgia as the Maniac Mark Lewin. But in Detroit, he was a babyface, wasn't a Purple Haze, wasn't a Maniac. Big fucking dude. See, that's one of those. I mean, not to critique like bodies or anything like that. She reminds me of that crazy grandfather. Yeah, he definitely has that appearance. Like, where's my insure? Where's my insure? Margaret, you kids shut the hell up. But freaking Lewin, man, he looked like he's spending a lot of time in that gym. Looks like he ate a lot of steaks and too, but and you definitely tell he spent a lot of time in that gym too. It's like, all right, rookie, all right, Greenhorn, are you shit? There it is. Good night, Irene, the sneaky sleeper. Okay, so notice what they do here. Like, damn, they didn't really show it too well. Somebody must have. Cause see, back in this time, that what they would do, they would raise the arm 3 times. If the arm fell 3 times, the match was over with. Something they don't do now. This I don't know. To me, it kind of just misses out on it. Now, a referee would check it once and call for the bell. Even on like high profile matches. All right, wake up, Greenhorn. Get out of my ring. Can't forget to wake him up too. That was another big thing. If he put the sleeper on him and he's asleep, gotta wake the ham and egger up. Unless you're Bruce the Barber Beefcake, you give him a haircut, then you wake him up. Yeah, yeah. I like how man they would just sell that so freaking good. I mean, especially like Lawrence Oil. Oh yeah, this cuts off the carotid artery and cause you to pass out. Now okay, hand falls down for the 3 count. Uh, Match is over with. Now it's the responsibility of the in this case like Mark Lewin to wake the opponent up. And let me tell you, that was a money promo if I ever heard one. So this must be a group of matches just patched together. The ever so popular Bobby Blaine was ugly Christmas sweater. And I don't that's not now don't give me don't that's not Tattoo, the referee in there. That's Tattoo's bigger brother piercings. Yes, you had Tattoo, then you have piercings, the bigger brother. Or at least a taller brother. Come on. Anybody ever watch Fantasy Island? The plane, boss, the plane. Fuck 'em all. Yeah, definitely the Sheik. Yeah, crazy uh grandfather type. You're not gonna get a catch as catch can scientific match out of Sheik. And yet, uh, and that if there's anything that says classic wrestling, old time wrestling, 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, is that right there? The freaking scars on the forehead. But apparently, that wasn't Sheik also one of these people? As legend has it, yeah, the ever important brawler. But but didn't the Sheik also one of these guys who pretty much lived his gimmick, had I guess name change, got credit cards and license, driver's license with the name the Sheik and not his real name on the as his form of ID. Oh, Mike Thomas. Oh, oh Mike Thomas ain't coming to play. It's like, I'm a young whippersnapper. Get you in a freaking headlock now, bitch. Whoop, there we go. Get here. Don Kent's like, look, kid, I'm old. You run around. Kid, time for you to do some more running. There you go. Dang. Oh, come on, kid. I actually did a leapfrog. The referee right there saying, hey, don't pull the hair, old fart. Of course, you're not going to get no clean break from Don Kent. Well, Mike Thomas, he's like, hey, I said, he ain't here to play. This is big time wrestling, you little young whippersnapper. I want to. Well, if they talked us like when they locked us, like, hey kid, what can you do? I can do variations of the headlock. Can I do a shoulder tackle? Like, all right, that's what we're gonna do. Hey, you know what? Back in this day, it worked. And like I said, I'm not that familiar with Mike Thomas's career either. Don Ken, a little familiar with. I just know when I look up a lot of stuff for this show and uh, Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, I see his name pop up a lot of times. So there, guys getting into it. Didn't want the young whippersnapper to give up that easily. Oh, look, is there an echo? I heard you say there cost you, so I heard that a little bit, or didn't hear it, but seen it. Tiny voice. Yeah, and this shit old. Referee there, Slick Willie. Sick Willie said, "Hey, let's open up those hands." Can you hear me good? Yes, you probably can do. Cameraman got a little too close there. He did not hear, but he did see John Kent talking to the kid. I think he said, "Okay, I'm old. You got enough shine. Put me over, kid." See, that worked out pretty well. That's how you do it. Even though if you're, I get. I mean, like I said, I'm not sure about uh Mike Thomas's career. That's his name, Mike Thomas. Yeah. But he's like, hey, let me work a little match with this kid. He's gonna put me over, but I'll let him shine a little bit. I'm old. He's young. But now it's typical heel. I'm gonna sit here and talk shit. Yeah, I think like a few people probably in this territory. Where else, where were you? Like WWA, I think in Indianapolis. But yeah, I think he was like Northeast territories. I don't think he spent a whole lot of time in the Southeast territories. Um, and of course, here it is, 1976. Looks pretty. How can I say seasoned? I guess. Okay, that's just my nice way of saying he looks pretty old right here. Oh, Tom Raceman. Yeah, I think that's probably just a bunch of matches thrown together, but we could see the oh, we could see the fire. You know, old Slick Willie there trying to hold out the Hessman or Ressman, excuse me, not Hessman, Reeseman, Reeseman. Slick Willie sitting there, hey, quit jumping around so much, you're gonna blow up there. Slick Willie there trying to tell us, hey, buddy, just get out here, let him do his thing. As soon as he gets on anything, he'll smack you around. I hate to be cynical too, and hopefully you'll see the fire. Burn him, burn him. What? All right, right now. Come on, little whippersnapper. Come on, Reese, man. See, oh, shh. Oh my god. He's trying to take a tooth out. Biting him. Oh my god. He put the thing up his nose. Oh, sir. Heck, I'm gonna sell that bullshit. Fucking shit, I want this motherfucker. Yeah, wasn't that sticky, but goddamn, put it up this guy's nose and put it back in his boot. Well, we didn't see the fire, but we seen uh that's a tough one. I mean, at the later stages of Abdullah's career, he wasn't that good at hiding it either. I think I caught the last portion when Abdullah was really good at hiding it. Hey, that's an expensive tie. I bought at Kmart, dude. He's trying not to laugh. Shit, did y'all notice that the microphone guy was trying not to laugh? But yeah, Abdullah Sheik. I don't know. I mean, I, I'll go ahead and say Abdullah. I mean, he'd always, hide in his britches instead of, down his boot or whatever. Could have easily been seen, but he would Abdullah was, I think, a little bit better, kind of adjusting himself to where the referee didn't see it, but then all of a sudden the guy would start bleeding, or his opponent would start bleeding. Let's see. Kurt Von Hess, I think, wasn't he a member of the famous Von Hess brothers? Just read some stuff here. So yeah, Kurt Von Hess, born William Terry from Canada. Yeah, well, at this time he's only been wrestling 10 years. But see, 10 years at this time you were wrestling at least what depends on what territory you was in. Five, yeah, yeah, he would either do the armpit or sometime in his tights, or was it his armpit or his boob? Damn, Lewin be flying across the ring. In there, ref. Get him out of the corner. Man, a lot of psychotic people in this territory. What is about Canada? Canada, Canada has produced some of the best Russian and German wrestlers ever. Oh, double noggin. They bumped heads. Wait a minute. Take that back. Baron Von Brasky was a Canadian. I think he was from actually from Minnesota too, or Illinois, Iowa, something like that. Trading forearms, but they're selling them. Yeah, really? You're supposed to be a baby face here. You're supposed to be cheating like that. And there's a claw hold, a famous move in Germany, obviously. Not too many wrestlers from Germany did not use a claw. Baron von Raschke, Kurt von Hess, Fritz von Erich. back on. One way out of the hole. Run it to the post. Uh-oh, it's starting to break down in Tulsa now. Cameraman, yeah, a little too close to that. I gotta look at my history when big time wrestling was kind of going downhill. How did he win? Oh, okay. Explain that one too. How did Mark Lewin win when he was so he used a chair and the post to injure the hand, but yet Mark Lewin won. Oh, here we go. Break it down again. Hit Lewin with the chair. Oh, he hit his head on the post. That could only mean one thing. Oh, yep. We got a little color for y'all. Oh, okay. Damn, off of a baby face. The spokesman. Mo, is there a baby face? Oh, we mentioned Joe Scarpa, Chief J Strombo, and we got a shark cage match, which looks like the bottom is a wood pallet. That, am I seeing that right? Oh, okay. So they got to fight here in this little bitty cage until one person escapes the cage. It looks very uncomfortable trying to work a match in there. Are they censoring the blood on Detroit TV, or was that somebody? Oh, there's Strongbow, his sleeper hold. Oh, I was about to say, oh, Don Kent was getting a little too cozy. I feel like Don Kent was getting a little too cozy. Let go my drawers, boy. That was a shark cage match, not Punjabi cage match. At least the Punjabi cage match, you had some room to work. Ow. Hope old Jules ain't got a fart. So they're fighting over the foreign object now. The brass knuckles. Oh, we're back in the back again. Got a deep cut, but my golly, he's a maniac. Now he's the maniac, Mark Lewin. What the blue heck is he? What the hell is he holding his head like that for? Uh oh. He's hulking up, brother. He was hulking up, brother. Oh, really? Was it smaller than this one? Why you check his hand? Because the only way he can. Oh, is Jay hulking up again, brother? He's feeling it now. Vintage Jay Strongbow. Excuse me while I whip this out. Trying to hold the maniac back. Oh, maniac. Referee's like, all right, we're almost done with this bullshit. And that is it, boys and girls. There's a reason for this match. That's never happened again. Especially on live TV. I'm pretty sure they were like, I'm pretty sure those two guys, or if they ever had a wrestle shark cage match, ever, were like, you know what? This ain't so fucking cool. This ain't this ain't so much fun. I need my space sometimes, brother. We don't need to be going this close. Yeah, I will say, uh, yeah, just yeah, I would definitely, if I was a wrestler, and somebody's like, "Hey, let's have a shark cage match." And I'll be like, "What's a shark cage match?" "Oh, it's a match. We'll have this like a little bitty cage, and y'all two go in there and go at it, and first person out wins." Nah, I'm good, brother. Let's think of something else to do. How about a Russian chain match, bull rope match? If we're gonna have to be kind of close to each other, let's give us some give us a little bit of room to work. Yeah, this that match didn't look like didn't even look like fun for them. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's an easy match. All they gotta do is kind of hit each other, choke each other, hit each other some more, all that good stuff. But don't think I'll be a I don't think that'll be a match for me. If I was a promoter and somebody said, "Hey, I got this great idea for a shark cage match," Booker man, you fired. I'm finding somebody next week to take your place. Uh, but yeah, it seems like I remember seeing it a few times, like when I was a kid, when they would like advertise like wrestling tapes and stuff like that. Uh, didn't see that either. Um, wasn't there like a Shark Tank match or something like that? Or basically they put a tank in the ring, like a bigger fish tank, I guess. Seems like I've seen that somewhere. It looks stupid. I know, wasn't Jonathan Boyd part had one of the? I mean, this is before Undertaker, way before Undertaker. Was it Southeast or Southwest Championship Wrestling where Boyd had a casket match? Was it Boyd or something else? I mean, like I said, this is uh early, maybe early '80s. Um, and they just it might have been Central States. It had to be like or Southeast or Southwestern or Central States. But this is way before Undertaker debuted or anything, way before anybody thought there was going to be an Undertaker. Um, but somebody had a casket match in some territory. I'll have to find that one day. Not today. My tummy's trying to rumble a little bit. There we go. Um, but yeah, I gotta look at my little history right here, but I got a feeling that this is during the kind of decline of big time wrestling. And if I'm not mistaken, it probably was around that peak time. Uh, maybe not. Maybe Jeff, Jeffrey. Um, oh, what else? But yeah, I think I was watching Jim Cornette's shoe review, and it might have been around, had to be around this time, but he kind of told a story where uh, Jerry Jarrett went to Detroit to try and get his tape uh, in Detroit or whatever, or in that territory because it was I guess out of business at the time. or try and get one of the TV stations to show it. And I guess this TV station showed Detroit, probably not Detroit TV station, probably another TV station probably close to that showed big time wrestling. And and at the time, they told Jerry Jarrett no because they showed him a tape where, uh, and this is again way before the Macho Man Jake Roberts uh, angle they did on TV, but apparently the Sheik had a snake and was he you can see where might have been Mark Lewin, but the Sheik had a snake and it'd probably been like Ding Fang, probably not a lot. You know how Jim Cornette tells stories, but pretty much see the Sheik doing that, kind of doing that with a snake on somebody's arm or something like that, and him with a blade cutting the guy's arm. Uh, but you can definitely see it like right there on TV. Is like, and the station manager is like, "See this? This is why I don't want wrestling no more on my channel." Now, fast forward a few years, Sheik and his territory out. Uh, Georgia Championship Wrestling was going on northern tours, and now it's like you know, um, people in that region. Will I know they went to Ohio and stuff like that. I think that's where they went. I think they went to Ohio. Yes, that's it. Because I think I seen it, but somebody else also had one. But yeah, must have been Dusty and Ivan, maybe in Florida. But I think that's it. Okay, so yeah, Copley match, Dusty and Ivan, uh, October 24th, 1980. They just call, like you know, Undertaker, WWF called it casket match. What am I finding out? Yeah, that was in '80. It's like, uh, okay, Jonathan Boy was, I think, in Memphis, and they had what was called they just called it a death box match. But yeah, so we got, and that would be at least better than a freaking Shark Tank. No, not the TV show. What about TV show? But yeah, okay, so we cleared that up. Yeah, it could have been maybe in another territory, but in this territory, obviously they did the you guys go in, beat the hell out of each other, then first one out. But yeah, the coffin match is whoever puts their opponent in the coffin. And Puerto Rico would do some weird stuff. Sorry. Now they would put like managers in shark cages and away from ringside. But yeah, apparently if that was the deal, apparently uh the Sheik didn't get that memo and pass it along to Don Kent and Jay Strongbow. Like supposed to throw your wrestler in the shark. Now, like I said, they would do like recently they did the shark cage gimmick on Dominic Mysterio, put him in a shark cage, uh, raising above the ring. Jim Cornette they did that with. Paul Ellering for the last battle of Atlanta with Tommy Rich and Buzz Sawyer. I think Chris Jericho when they was doing it was with Kevin Owens doing the list thing. I think they because uh, Jericho kept interfering, they put him in a shark cage. Jerry Lawler, I think the same thing too, for whatever reason. I forgot who he's kept on interfering with. Um, which I guess it could be. Did you ever see the infamous bungee rope match? I think it was Steve Dane and I don't want to say Pablo Escobar. He's a drug dealer, but it was in Global. They basically was on I want to say like inside of a crane or something like that. They had the bungee rope, tied to each other, and whoever pushed one person over uh, wins the match. Uh, I think I did see it. I wouldn't rate it much higher than this Shark Tank match, but it was in Global. Yeah, it was Stephen Dane. Who else? It was somebody who didn't. I guess he was kind of a. I don't know. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think there was a crane and they had like a little cage. Okay, it was Chaz Taylor. Wasn't a Mexican guy. I thought it was a Mexican guy. But oh yeah, yeah, I do remember it now. Remember seeing it. It was kind of interesting. kind of interesting. And yeah, uh, kind of disappointed didn't see the fires. Really looking forward to shooting back on the fork. Yeah, that was pretty funny. But as far as big time, this showing, like I said, a little disappointed we didn't see the fire, but we did get to see a foreign object up somebody's nose. Got to see some blood. Oh, people bleed. And shark. So that one. And it looked like a few of those wrestlers were probably a little past their prime. Um, not sure how old Mark Lewin was at the time, but Mark Lewin pretty much had to reinvent himself in Florida. Yeah, yeah, there was a. I mean, if you've seen Mark Lewin being escorted from ringside, you do see the blood. I don't understand the X there. I wonder if whoever shared the video put the X there, or was that like there in Detroit? Got to see a lot of spots being called. I did notice that. Kind of disappointed there. I'd see Stevie Richards uh critique this whole show really. Anyway, it is getting by that time. Like I said, my tummy's starting to rumble a little bit. Time to make me a little dinner and sleep. Uh, anyway, appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate everybody joining in the chat. Like I said, if you didn't watch this live, check us out and leave a comment. Hit that thumbs up button. Lets me know you like it. That's appreciated. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, click on that subscribe button. Like I said, that's greatly appreciated too, because that's one of my goals this year to keep growing this channel and keep seeing what happens. Um, keep working at it. Still, if I have time this weekend, because I know I got a few work related things I gotta do. Um, so if I have time, I'm don't be surprised. I'm not going to announce or anything like that. But if you do see me on YouTube and Facebook live one day this weekend, I'm probably just going to. I'm just trying to see if I can get to work because that's kind of like my next little thing I want to get worked out. Is figure out how to do that. So I might do a little test run this weekend if I have time. But other than that, like I said, I appreciate everybody watching. Click, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Not going to repeat that again. Everybody have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Thank you for checking out our P2 Vision. Subscribe to our P2 Vision to watch Ronald Ray's content that covers the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. His weekly content starts off with Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Every Tuesday, Ronald Ray asks 5 questions about the sport of professional wrestling. So tune in and have some fun. Then it's WWE Monday Night Raw Recaps, where he recaps all the action from the Raw brand. Ronald Ray also does an AEW Dynamite recap show where he recaps and has fun doing it. Do you like live streams? Well, join Ronald Ray live on Spot Show Livestream, where he discusses current wrestling. Join the chat and have fun. Spot Show Livestream is on Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. If current pro wrestling isn't your thing, like all wrestling past and present, or you're a new fan and want to hear how things were back in the day, then tune in to Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where Ronald Ray discusses back in the day when wrestling was wrestling, featuring watch-alongs. That's Wrestling Gold Friday Night on Fridays starting at 8 p.m.